Good afternoon, gals, ladies and gents. Today, I know it's been a minute since I've made a video or even a blog post, and to be honest, the last couple weeks have been very, very tough. I wanted to anyway, despite the toughness of the last 2 weeks, I wanted to film those rough days, those hard days, but they were so tough I couldn't even bring myself to do it. Like they just sped by. They were just super tough. So this video may be kind of long. I'm not gonna edit it or anything like that because I'm still kind of going through. Um, but I just wanted to get on here and talk for a little bit. One of the things that I have been trying to do the last 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, is trying to focus on self care. If you're new to my videos, if you're new to my blog, then one thing about myself is I have bipolar disorder. And I have bipolar 1. And self care is necessary just for anybody, for everybody. You see people, they do self care by, excuse me, I'm trying to move some stuff out the way so I can get more comfortable. I'm not very comfortable right now. Anyway, you see a lot of people do stuff like vacations. People create, artists create, people write. People have basically sometimes they're hobbies, but mostly it's just things that make you feel like yourself, things that get you centered again after the world and life kind of throws you off balance. And so that's necessary just as a human being, as a person. And I don't think it matters what age you are. No matter what age you are, who you are, your status, your social status, or whatever, self care is necessary. One thing I have noticed with my mental illness is self care is necessary. If I may have manic episodes where I'm super duper just on it. Just, I could take on the world today. I could do this, I could do that, I could take care of this. Usually in my manic episodes, I set unrealistic goals. I want to do this in this amount of time, and it's usually a really big task, but in a really small amount of time, which in return causes me to not achieve that goal. But instead of me looking at it as, at least I did this, and then return turns into a failure type of thing. And because I didn't achieve it, I'm not this, I'm not that, whatever. And then that sends me spiraling in the other direction, in the opposite direction of my mania, and sends me into a depression. So lately I have been trying to balance that, set realistic goals. If I think a goal should be, I need to do this and this, then I try to flip it and do this and this, if that makes sense. Do this amount of stuff in this amount of time as opposed to this amount of stuff in this amount of time. It frustrates me, aggravates me to have to do that, but it's also, with me being realistic with myself, I know that that's something I need to do. I know that if I have a goal, I know that I probably need to switch the time frame and the activity, or cut the activity into a fourth and leave the time frame big, just so that I can get it done and feel good about getting it done, so that I can complete it and feel good about it. But anyway, so yeah. Another thing with my mental illness is I cannot do crowds, groups of people, No matter if they're small, big groups or small groups, I cannot do them on a consistent basis. Um, if we have like a really big event at church, I need time to recover. I need time to recover physically. I need time to recover mentally. I need time to recover. And that time to recover is usually time by myself. I can't be with someone else and recover. I have to be alone. And I was talking to my therapist, I think it was last year. She was saying it sounds like I had a touch of agoraphobia, which I think is a fear of crowds or something like that. I don't know. All I know is that this is one of the things that I go through. The last couple weeks, we've been having church events. And then after church events, we're having family events. And family wants to get together, and which is, I'm never against family time. But literally just talking about it has my anxiety literally up to my nose. Like, it's almost making me feel like I can't breathe. It's making me really hot. Trying to get myself together here. But sometimes it's just so much. And when you're dealing with people who don't really understand mental illness, sometimes it can make you feel guilty for not wanting to do something that involves, the family. Well, why don't you want to go out with us? Well, what are you doing? That's usually the question I get. Well, what are you doing? And you can't say I'm sitting at home or I'm taking a day. Well, a day from what? And then I get the lectures of, you need to get out that house. You don't get out that house, that's going to do this, 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 and this. And you don't need to be waddling in your sadness and stuff like that. Because people don't understand. I'm sure you hear my child screaming in the background. He's watching a movie. And he's just trying to get attention. So they're trying. I know that they're trying to help. I know that I know that they think that they're trying to help anyway. Um, and I understand what they're doing, but I want them to understand that the solution that you have for me is not the solution that I need. I'm 30. I finally got to a point in my life where I I understand myself a little bit better. I understand my triggers, and I understand what I need to regroup, to recenter. But I haven't been allowing myself to have that time or that space lately because I don't want to deal with the backlash that I'll receive because of it. You have people who say, "Oh, I understand. Oh, I get it. I totally get it." No, you don't. Because if you did, you allow me that moment. So I've just been going places and doing these things, and I've been paying for it greatly. It's not like, it's almost like I'm just putting my mental on the back burner, back burner, back burner, back burner, and I'm starting to pay for it. It's bringing on panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I've been tired, like, outside of being pregnant, which I'm already tired. So outside of the physical, being 7 months pregnant in the middle of summer and it being scorching hot, um, me being sick because it's so hot, stuff like that. I didn't have the mental that just drains me completely. It just takes really every little bit of energy that I have, and as a point to where it affects my home life. Now I can't get up and take care of the things I need to take care of. I can't get my house together the way I want to. It's just a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot. So I have like found a new hobby, which is like molding little things out of polymer clay, um, which helps when I'm doing it. But there are times that I get in such uh, a mood, or I'm in such a phase that I can't even bring myself to do it. I can't even bring myself to sit down, to calm down, and to, sculpt whatever it is that I want to sculpt. I can't do it because my body and my mind just physically won't let me. I'm on the verge of crying like a lot lately. Just, and because I'm in this phase right now, change is just, it's a no go. Simple stuff like um, going to the store and them not having the brand of something that I want, it's causing me to break down. I have these doctor's appointments where I go to the doctor's office that I go to for my prenatal care. I only had to deal with one doctor and his nurse practitioner, and I mostly dealt with the nurse practitioner. Love her so much. That's the only person I ever did. The only person I didn't even deal with the doctor during my first pregnancy. My pregnancy last year, I didn't even deal with him. I only dealt with her. Um, and then now finding out that now they have another nurse practitioner, and because she's new, she's like getting a lot of appointments, and it caused me to break down. It caused the breakdown. So like just little stuff like that, just little stuff of me trying to do something and being interrupted and questioned on it, it's causing me to break down. I feel like I can't. Excuse me. I feel like I can't get myself together. I kind of feel like I'm falling apart, and it's just hard. I don't want to be. I'm tired of being questioned for trying to do what I need to do to take care of myself, and not only questioned but judged. I am also tired of people's helpful suggestions. You know, when you first have a child, or not even just have a child, just when you do something for the first time and you let someone else know that you're doing it, and it's not that you're really looking for their approval or their advice or anything, but you have certain type of people who are just like, well, you need to do it this way because I did it this way and it worked this way and it worked for me and blah blah blah. I'm okay with suggestions. I'm okay with people telling me what worked for them and stuff like that. What I'm not okay with is I'm not okay with, well, why are you doing it that way? That doesn't make any sense to me. I was like, of course it doesn't make any sense to you because this is not the way you chose to do it. And I don't even think this is something that you're going through right now. So that's what I'm not okay with. Or people who try to force their opinions and their suggestions on me. And if I don't take them, being like, well, that's dumb. You know, I mean, I say it out loud that it's dumb, but they treat you like, well, that's stupid that you didn't take my suggestion. My suggestion is gold, basically, how they act. Feeling completely scatterbrained, completely lost, completely just. And I know that I know that self care is the answer. Well, taking the time out to gather my thoughts, to go into my own little secret closet, my own little space, and try to figure these things out is what I need. Um, and I'm learning that sometimes you just have to let people know that that's what you need and that's what you're trying to do, and hurt their feelings. Because that's the issue that I have. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want anyone to feel like, I don't want anyone to take it personally. because it's not them personally. It's me, and I'm trying to get me together. But you're not allowing me to do that by keep inserting yourself into, what I have going on. And, you know, if you're asking me what's wrong and I'm saying nothing or I don't know, you know, pressing me is not helping me, you know, telling me, well, you need to get out more, you need to do this more, I can't get out more, I cannot interact more. When I have reached my level of interaction, once I have reached a certain level, it literally feels like my skin is burning. I cannot be touched, I cannot be talked to, I I have to be left alone. And sometimes it's just really hard to get people to understand that. Even people that love you, if they don't have to deal with it, they don't have to deal with the mental illness, if they don't have to deal, um, even if they do have to deal with the mental illness, if they don't have to deal with it in the manner that you do, they don't understand. Some don't understand. They don't really get it. And I'm totally fine with people not understanding it, especially if you're not going through it. But what I'm not okay with is because you don't understand it, it doesn't make it real. It makes it stupid, or it makes me be extra. Because I've heard that the last couple weeks too. I've heard someone saying, "What? Oh, what? She pouting again?" Like, oh, I'm not pouting again. Pouting. I see. So me trying to get myself together is pouting. I had to realize that that was their opinion. Um, I'm sure they didn't know that I was listening. And it did hurt me for a while. It did. It made me feel like, I've just been hearing a lot of what people really think about how I am trying to cope. Because I'm not. I've stated before in another video, I'm not medicated. I haven't been taking any medication since I have been pregnant again. And it's just my own personal preference to not be medicated. So I'm trying to do the best that I can to cope using the tools that I have. But when I have someone always in my space rejecting my tools and telling me how stupid my tools are and just getting in my mind and just getting in my space, it just makes it really hard. It makes it really hard. I'm praying to get myself together. I'm praying to feel better. I can see and I can feel myself heading to a pitch black darkness to where the smallest things, um, where the smallest things become so huge. My smallest fears, my smallest doubts, they become my biggest obstacles. So, it's not that you want to get on here and put on a front. It's not that I want to get on here and put on a front or try to always show the smiling side of me. Nobody wants anybody to see them at their most vulnerable, No one wants to be completely naked. While I know that that is necessary sometimes, especially in telling your testimony, you have to be able to be vulnerable, to be naked, to let someone know that, just so someone can feel that they're not alone, that they're not the only person that's going through a darkness like that. But being vulnerable is hard. You know, um, People will judge you. People will judge you either way. But it's worse being judged when you're vulnerable, when you're at a low point. But I guess that's just the risk you take with telling your testimony. So I do want to make a more conscious effort that in the midst of my storm to be more vulnerable instead of waiting until um, I'm climbing back out to then show my face. I'm working on it. But I guess my question to you is, what do you do for self-care? How do you take care of yourself? Do you take the time to take care of yourself? Um, does taking care of yourself involve someone else or just you? I hope that you all are having a blessed day, a wonderful day, um, or evening, night, whenever it is that you're watching this. And I am praying to speak to you all again very soon. But prayerfully all is well, and I will be able to talk to you all later. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.